Indy Boys Racing Podcast. Very incredible weekend this past weekend. We had a lot of stuff going on, but first I just want to direct everyone's attention over to the part of your screen that everyone's looking at.
Let's go!
Uh-oh.
Your audio is pretty much cutting out, buddy. But Daniel Chaney got to watch his favorite driver, Tyler Reddick, win in person. A feeling that I have never had as a Kasey Kahne fan. The 1 year Kasey Kahne won the Brickyard, I didn't go. So, Daniel, how does it feel to see your favorite driver win in person?
It was kind of whack because like all weekend I was like, oh, it could happen because like he was running really well in practice, then he got the pole, and then I was like, typically, this means something bad's gonna happen, and it somehow didn't. Like,
It almost did.
yeah. But then it didn't. So I was pretty happy, and I didn't get to see it from like the main front stretch, but I still got to see the last laps. So I got to see my boy get victory. I got to see my second favorite almost take it from him by cheating, but we'll get into that later, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible time as he's taking off what he was given by one of the crew guys down in Victory Lane. My name is Tristan Grider, joined with my incredible co-hosts, Daniel Chaney and Justin Cox. Jay, how are we doing today?
I'm all right, man. I'm just tired and sore from the weekend. And
It was a
walking
long weekend.
And sunburnt,
Dude,
too.
so much walking.
Yeah.
So much walking.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I don't know. I liked the Indy Road Course race this weekend, so I enjoyed it. At least in person. I don't know how it was on TV. So,
Right.
But in person, it was fun. So, but how are you doing, Tristan?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. I liked the winner. Second year in a row. I have actually, not going to lie, I think every year since 2019, I have enjoyed the winner of the Brickyard. I didn't really think Brad deserved it in 2018, and just in my honest opinion, I thought, I don't know, just wasn't really feeling the Brad victory in 2018, but still, I like Brad. But I think I have liked the Brickyard winner every year since 2019, so can't complain. However, I do miss the oval. But overall, it was a pretty good weekend. Guys, we were out at IRP Friday. IMS, actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Daniel and Jay were out at the truck race. I was at pre-race for the trucks, but then got a little bit of a headache. So if you were looking forward to seeing me at IRP.
Don't worry, guys. He saw most of the ARCA race, the most important race of the entire weekend.
Yeah.
The one race I was looking most forward to this weekend, the ARCA Menard Series.
Yeah.
But overall, pretty decent weekend. We're going to cover it, starting with some motorsport media. Then we're going to go into talking about all about this race weekend, and finally go over predictions. But first off, before we go into motorsport media, Daniel, you had an incredible weekend. I just want to talk about the incredible weekend that I had, because I set an Indy Boys record for the most points scored in a weekend. I got 4 out of a possible 7 points. I expect to hear we are the champion.
I'm gonna let you finish, but who's still in the lead? Who's
By
still
a
winning?
point.
But who's still winning though?
Who's down by 2? Me.
Who's your daddy, Tristan?
Not you.
Tristan, you're technically still third, babe.
You're
I don't
technically
care.
the margin is shortened, but you're still last.
I'm down by 2.
He said
I
I'm
was down by how much? Like
6.
6?
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago?
Yeah, 6.
Like, I'm good. I'm in a good mood, man. I'm doing great. But yeah, really great weekend, guys. We're gonna talk all about our experience in between race reviews and predictions. But it's gonna be a good time, guys. Let's go ahead and go into motorsport media. All right, guys. As normal, starting with some NASCAR stuff on motorsport media. I'll start with a couple Xfinity and Truck Series announcements. This is one I actually found out while we were at the track. But Brett Moffitt is leaving our motorsports. That was announced today. The Indy Road Course was his final race in the O2 car. Apparently, he is searching his options. Apparently, a rumor is that he will be running the rest of the season for Big Machine Racing. So reportedly, Jade Buford is out of the 48 entirely, which is crazy. But I've heard Big Machine Racing. I have also heard Jesse Iwuji Motorsports as a possible landing spot for Brett Moffitt. But leaving the O2 car, they had some success, but not a whole lot. Brett Moffitt has missed the playoffs the last 2 years that he has been with the team. So not really a surprise that he's leaving that seat. Hopefully he can find something. But if not, he moved up to from a good truck series ride where he was competitive into a not so competitive Xfinity series ride. And this is our Motorsports' first time having a 3-car team. So obviously all of their seeds are pretty much going into their highest chance of making the playoffs in Anthony Alfredo. But we'll see if that O2 car is even full-time for the rest of the year. We don't know. This one's a pretty big one. It's regarding the truck series. Camping World is ending their sponsorship as the title sponsor of the truck series.
Bring back Craftsman, babe.
And Craftsman is the likely candidate to return. However, if you don't know this now, Craftsman is actually owned by Lowe's. So that would mean that Lowe's could be a title sponsor in the NASCAR Cup Series. So we could be seeing the Lowe's Power Tools Truck Series next season. That'd be
kind of hard, I won't lie.
Lowe's has like Cobalt Tools or something like that.
NASCAR Lowe's Truck Series.
Yeah.
That just sounds. That sounds like
it's weird because Craftsman is owned by is Cobalt the main brand?
I don't really know. It's weird.
Okay.
It's a whole thing.
I
Jimmy had Lowe's on the
like,
car for years.
Well, Craftsman is owned by this main company, and the main company isn't owned by Lowe's, but they're exclusively to Lowe's. So that, yeah, I don't know. Well, I only have been looking into this because apparently the parent company for Craftsman stock is kind of plummeting. So if it is becoming the title sponsor, it's a good chance it won't be for a long-term deal. It could be a 1 or 2 season thing. So that's also just something to kind of keep notice of. I just wanted to put that out there because I saw people talking about that and thought it was interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, and so that's really all I have for the Xfinity and the Truck Series. However, lots of silly season stuff happened this weekend, so we're going to talk about it. First thing that was guaranteed, and this was announced in the press conference. Richard Childress announced this in the press conference at the Indy Road Course. Tyler Reddick will drive for RCR next season. It was some rumors that he might be getting bought out of his contract. Some rumors with 23XI and the Kurt Busch rumors and everything. But he's staying in the 8-car next season. So as planned, Tyler Reddick returning to RCR next season. I mean, he just gave RCR their first multiple win year in over 10 years. So
yeah,
you better have him for next season at least. Eric Jones has signed a multi-year deal with Petty GMS Racing. Eric Jones, playoff contender this season, playoff contender last season, was in the playoffs for most of the season, ran into some bad luck over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully he can sneak in, possibly make that playoffs in the 43. But signed a multiple-year deal. We know at least that one driver will be returning to Petty GMS next season for their team. Don't know about the 42 yet. Reportedly, it still is going to be Noah Gragson. But, yeah. This one is not official. This is a silly season rumor. But pretty much call it official. This is a sad glass break. But reportedly, it is that Cole Custer will not be returning to Stewart-Haas Racing next season in the Cup Series. In the Cup Series.
What?
Kyle Busch.
Oh my god! I just got a sad glass break. I just connected what you just said
so
there.
For those of you listening, over the weekend, just something I started is every time we saw anything Cole Custer related, I just came up with the moniker Stone Cold Cole Custer, and every time we would either see him, his car, someone with his T-shirt, whatever, I would just be like, "Did somebody hear some glass break?" And then it would go from there. So might be a new running gag on the show, so I just figured I'd clear up the air for those
That might
confused.
be the next hat, guys. That might be the next hat.
Maybe,
Also,
maybe.
I might as well just say it since it's here. I'll take this off really quick. You guys get to see my terrible hat here. It's okay. Here's the merch, guys. This is the official Indy Boys hat. Partnered with Dalton Kellett, certified Dalton Kellett moment. We have it on a hat now. There's
run,
the
test
side.
run.
These are the test run hats for this weekend, and a lot of people liked them. We got a lot of comments on them. So yeah, guys, we're gonna make those official. We do not have a set date for when this merch drop will release, but they will be out soon.
Eventually.
And
Eventually is all we can say.
and I guess I can show off it just because it's here and I just did laundry. This is the Indy Boys shirt that we have made. It was featured on a lot of our social medias last week. There's
Apparently
the
people
back.
saw it on TV, so
Yeah, so apparently we were on TV a lot, so that's kind of cool.
we already made our NBC debut with the Indy Boys t-shirt.
Okay.
So
Yeah, there's the back. Indy Boys Racing Podcast, Burnout Sports, and the Marion Phoenix, our partner company and the place where we got our start. So really happy that we could get that going. But anyway, let's return to Motorsport Media. So yeah, sad glass break that Cole Custer will not be returning to SHR this season in the Cup Series. Kyle Busch is the likely replacement, and it is reportedly that Cole Custer will, if he cannot find a competitive Cup Series ride, will go back down to the Xfinity Series to run for SHR full time.
which
Well-
is probably better.
Which is
Probably better.
a lot of success for Cole Custer in the Xfinity Series.
Even this season, like
Yeah, this season he won a race, has gotten multiple top 10s and top 5s. And this season he only got his second top 10 of the season this past week. So it could be good for Cole Custer. We've seen drivers in the past go back to the Xfinity Series and come out and be championship contenders. For example, Ross frickin' Chastain. Ross
the
Chastain
Melon Man.
ran a full season in 2019 for Premium Motorsports. He was in the Premium Motorsports car. At the same time, he was still running full-time for Nice Motorsports, but he went full-time in the Xfinity Series in 2020, ran for Colleague Racing. 2021, we saw him in Chip Ganassi Racing. 2022, he's a championship contender with Trackhouse. This could be good for Cole Custer. And, you know, there also is that rumor that Haas is reportedly not going to be part of Stuart Haas Racing in the future. And if Kyle Busch is that driver, we could be seeing a Stuart Busch Racing soon.
Stuart Rowdy Racing.
Stuart Rowdy Racing. That'd be kind of cool.
SB
But
Racing.
yeah, I think it would have to be Rowdy Stuart Racing.
Yeah.
It sounds a little bit better. But still, incredible news. That's just a big rumor, guys. Big rumor. What's not a rumor is that RCR is back in the news. They have a huge announcement coming tomorrow regarding a Cup Series ride.
Wait,
Cup
did you
Series.
not see? It was
Did it-
it was in the what's it called, like the roster for this weekend. The
Hello?
33 car, Austin Hill baby coming to Michigan. Did I just break some NASCAR?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So accomplished. I feel so.
Yeah, it was on the
accomplished.
entry
When did
list.
this happen?
It was on the entry list.
Thank my parents. I want to thank the academy. I want to thank everybody. I feel so accomplished right now.
I have to check Twitter. Anyway,
Yeah.
but Austin Hill reportedly will be going and running at Michigan this weekend with RCR in the 33 car. How about that? Xfinity Series Cup Series debut for Austin Hill. Bennett Transportation will be the sponsor. This is his full-time sponsor this season. Congratulations, Daniel.
I am so happy.
This reminds me a lot of what is going on with what is going on now. I cannot believe you just did that.
That's a certified Daniel Chaney moment.
A lot like the certified Daniel Chaney L that happened on the go-kart track, guys.
Hey, you weren't even there. I don't want to hear it.
I'm concussed. Okay.
Good. I'm built different.
But Austin Hill making his Cup Series debut reminds me a lot of Tyler Reddick doing one-off races in 2019. So yeah, reportedly that could mean Austin Hill full-time in Cup in 2024 with RCR. But
With 3
who knows?
cars?
Reddick
No.
won't be there in 2024.
Reddick won't
Oh,
be there
wait.
in 20.
I thought you said 2023. Sorry, had a
No.
stroke. My bad.
Final big piece of silly season news. Joey Logano is reportedly coming to a contract extension with Team Penske, so expect to see that in the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
Kyle Busch is still in contract negotiations with Joe Gibbs Racing, and sponsorship announcement. The LeBron James Family Foundation, otherwise known as I Promise, will be sponsoring Chris Buescher and the RFK 17 this weekend at Michigan. It's a beautiful livery.
That scheme is
So, yeah.
fire.
Pretty cool.
scheme is fire.
Jay might throw it up on the screen. It just depends. But it's a very beautiful livery. Super exciting stuff. But yeah, that's all I got for NASCAR. Sorry guys, a lot of silly season news this weekend. I'm gonna throw it over to Daniel with some IndyCar news.
All right, so probably the biggest news of the past week, 2 weeks, an update on the Alex Palou situation, because more keeps happening with it.
Hmm.
I cannot.
So you guys have probably seen by now that Chip Ganassi Racing is suing or tried to sue. We don't know what it is anymore. They came out that they were suing Alex Palou in like Indiana court, and then it got taken off of like the public like website that it was on, so people didn't know if they stopped it or if something happened or if it just got made private. But apparently it's still going on, because today, the Monday that we're recording this, Palou's team, his like media team or whatever, they basically said that they are now pushing to move this case to the federal level to try and sue Ganassi for defamation. So I don't really know why Ganassi would be getting sued for defamation, because really all Ganassi has said is, listen, we want him on our team, we want to win championships with him. And if anything, Palou's team at least has been kind of doing the shady stuff. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this.
However,
It's
I
really
think this is
weird.
the first time that I've seen Alex Palou get booze on a racetrack.
Dude, that
So-
was
Yeah.
weird.
That,
That
could
was
be the
weird.
defamation sort of vibe there. I've never seen him get booed.
So look, can I give my little
Yo,
two
go for
two
it.
cents
Go
right
for
now?
it.
So look, okay, so for Chip Ganassi to put out a statement saying they're picking up Palou's options, he had to have signed something somewhere that said that you guys can pick up the option if you want. So
Probably in his initial contract.
yeah, so and there had to have been something misunderstood, but now I feel like the way he's going about it is this is his way of buying himself out of his own contract by going in with this lawsuit. Like, if you think about it, in a way, this is the way he's buying himself out of his own contract.
But what if he loses?
He has to pay. So he's
That's
buying.
true. What
He's
if he loses?
yeah, but if he loses, he's buying himself out of his contract because he's not gonna be with Chip Ganassi probably. So then he's gonna become a free agent after that.
Well, if he loses, if Palou loses the suit,
Yeah, he's gonna have to pay Chip Ganassi, right?
no, if Palou loses the suit, he has to pay.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's what I'm saying. He's going to be technically, in a way, buying himself out of his
Okay.
contract.
I see what you're saying.
It's a terrible
That's
loophole.
interesting.
It's a
Interesting.
It's a terrible loophole, but I feel like that's what he's going about right now.
I just
Huh.
realized that Daniel has a Dale Jr. cut out just sitting behind him.
Have you not seen it?
No, that's scary.
It's
kinda
there. But yeah, so the Palou situation is just getting weirder by the days, weirder by the weeks. Who knows where this is gonna end up heading? Because I didn't even see it getting to this level. Like, I knew it was possible,
Mhm.
but I didn't think it would happen. So, expect the unexpected with this. That's really all I can say.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next bit of IndyCar news. Today is August 1st. And you know what that means? Rinus VeeKay is now allowed to negotiate with other teams for contracts for next season. Obviously, he is still going to be in talks with ECR and Carpenter Racing, still wants to have him back. And I know, because we've talked to him, he is very excited of the opportunity to come back. He really loves that team. He's a really loyal guy. he would have no problem coming back with them, and we know they're pushing a lot to try and keep him. But he isn't officially allowed to have those negotiations. So could be something to watch with the whole Pelot situation. I know a lot of people have been speculating that if the Pelot situation does result in a buyout or him being just benched for the rest of his contract, VK could be the suitor for the 10. So that'll be another interesting thing to watch. But it's the first day he's allowed to negotiate, so we don't have anything extra on that subject. But last bit of news that could be interesting going into next season. Again, season's not over, but silly season is constant. And Devlin DeFrancesco may be out of his seat for next season because Andretti is reportedly exploring options for next season, even though he's on a multiple-year deal. He, I believe, is signed on a 2-year deal and is under contract for next season, but
he's probably gonna get the
Andretti
big
is not happy with him.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But also allegedly, what we have heard is that sponsors are behind on payments for Devlin's ride. So, Devlin, another guy that has a family-owned company as his sponsor, reportedly, other family-owned companies, guys, in the IndyCar series include HMD, K-Line. Those are just a couple of the big ones. But his sponsor is a family-owned sponsor, and they reportedly are behind on payments. So there is a possibility, guys, that we don't even see Devlin in the car for the remainder of the season. We could see a completely different guy in that car, which is crazy. And do you want to say the guy that reportedly could be that guy for Andretti?
Askew!
Oliver Askew. That's in.
That's just a rumor. So,
but all these are rumors. All
Yeah.
of these are rumors.
Everything is technically a rumor as of now, but they reportedly want to bring back a veteran or a former championship winner. So could we maybe see Ryan Hunter-Reay come back? Who knows? There's a lot of options. I know he's on contract with Ganassi technically, but it'll be interesting to see if anything happens with this whole Devlin situation. I would doubt that he's out of the seat for the rest of the year, just because even though he's far behind, you would think Andretti wants to at least try to keep him in just in case some miracle happens that he could get in the Rookie of the Year contending. I don't think that's likely,
Right.
but technically still a possibility. But the 29 could be an open possibility next year. And there are a lot of young guys on lower tier teams that could be on their way to moving up. That's all I'm gonna say.
You guys
gonna
can fill in the blanks in your head of some of those guys.
we're gonna pass it over to Jay for some F1 news
Okay.
before we get too carried away.
Okay, yeah. So, starting off, this is like some lighter news. Sergio Perez enters a team in an all-electric race boat championship. The series is called the UIM E1 World Championship and will be joined by Perez's Team Mexico. So I thought that was pretty cool.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Checo owns a team in an all-electric race boat championship. That's interesting.
How about that? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So the latest on Porsche being reported to have bought 50% of stake in the Red Bull. Some documents from somewhere in Morocco have revealed some details about the much anticipated tie-up. I think it was really that they kind of just bought legitimately half of all of Red Bull. Like basically Oracle is not even a thing over there. Like is reportedly
So
not going to be a thing.
it's not going to be Oracle Red Bull next season?
I don't know. I think so. That's kind of what I'm hearing or what I'm thinking. So, but yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. So next thing, the French Grand Prix Circuit Power Card will not be on the calendar for 2023. So that's probably going to make way for Kyle Lamy. So that means Belgium or Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps is going to be safe. So I'm very happy about that. And then the final two things, the biggest things that I have, and then I have like some little fun facts, all from Project Dive Bomb, by the way. Sebastian Vettel has retired from Formula One. Well, at the end of the season, he will. But he's going to retire from Formula One. That's crazy. I mean, technically, in a way, like, okay, so Tristan called it in the last episode. And then I was like, I could see him doing one more episode. And then I was out to eat with my friend Derek one night, and he goes, "Hey, Sebastian Vettel made an Instagram." And I was like, "Oh, that's not good." And then he goes, "Why is that not good?" I said, "That means he's probably going to retire." And then the next day, he retired. So, yeah. Interesting.
However, they found a replacement for that Aston Martin seat really quickly.
And that's the next thing I have to say. Fernando Alonso is going to sign with Aston Martin on a multi-year contract. So the reason he went to Aston Martin is because Alpine only wanted to offer him one more year, like a year extension basically on his contract. And that's not what he wanted. He wants to race for probably 2 to 3 more years at least before he retires. So Aston Martin is finally the retirement home for Formula One. So let's just go ahead and say that. But yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Well, you know what that means. There's an
mean?
open seat at Alpine.
At Alpine.
Yeah, and it's gonna be Oscar Piastri.
Is for me?
Is for me?
For me?
For me?
Oscar Piastri to Alpine, looking more and more attractive every single day, which means there might not be it means that Albon could be staying with Williams now, which means we might only have one open seat at Williams, which in my opinion, Daniel doesn't agree with me on this one, but I think it's going to be Logan Sargent.
Or Albon does go to Alpine, Piastri goes to Williams, as was said before, possibly. And then Logan Sargent stays in F2. But
Well, who would be the second Williams driver?
Bring the goat back.
oh yeah, Latifi's probably gonna be out, isn't he? Oh, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that. Shoot, yeah, I guess.
Well,
Sargent-
as officially as we are recording this today, Latifi can no longer win the F1 World Championship. guys. So
I
sorry.
am no
Get your
longer
asses
dedicated
over.
to watching F1.
That was not
I've
gonna-
been bamboozled, led amok, led astray, and quite possibly deceived.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to move on to my next thing. So fun fact, today will be the first time over the weekend, at Hungary, at the Hungaroring, it was the first time that both Verstappen and Hamilton had started outside of the top 6 since Bahrain 2018. That just proves how dominant both of those guys are. So, yeah. Final
I also
thing.
thought it was kind of cool how it was.
ahead.
Sorry, real quick. I thought it was kind of cool how it was the exact same podium from this race to the last race. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. And then final thing I have, another fun fact. Lewis Hamilton now has more podiums than Charles Leclerc this season. Lewis was 6, Charles Leclerc was 5. So that's crazy. And I did not
Get dunked on Ferrari.
yeah, for real. I mean, how Ferrari has kind of been acting and like not finishing races where they should be. Like it's just I don't know. It's not.
It's a disaster class.
Yeah, it hasn't been expected for Mercedes or at least Lewis to have more podiums than Charles, in my opinion. So
Have you seen that meme where it's like the Impractical Jokers and it's like now do this and blah 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 blah, and then it's them laughing.
yeah,
It's like now have Charles go out on hards. Have Charles go out on hards, and then it's just like
Now have Sainz go pit.
have Sainz go pit.
yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. But that's all I got for F1. So Tristan.
Yeah, a little bit of a longer motorsport mirror, you guys, but a lot of stuff happened this weekend. We also went out on some tangents because it was a fun weekend.
Yeah.
But now let's talk all about that fun weekend. Let's go into race weekend, guys. All right, guys, let's go into race weekend. We have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. But as always, I'm going to read over the race winners. So, Truck Series, Grant Enfinger won his first race of the season and locked himself.
Hot take, best race of the weekend.
Yeah, I admit it. It probably was.
Cool.
Sorry, Tristan.
Grant Enfinger wins and will lock himself into the round of 8. AJ Allmendinger wins the Xfinity Series race. Point. Tyler Reddick won the Cup Series race. Point. You got a point for Tyler Reddick too?
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Nice.
IndyCar, Alexander Rossi won the Gallagher GP.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I wasn't going to guess it either. His first win in 3 years for Rossi. F1 podium, Max, point. Lewis, point. George, third.
Almost
Didn't
point.
have George. Almost point. I had Leclerc on the podium. But yeah, those were going over the points for this weekend, guys. I ended the weekend with 4 points. Jay ended the weekend with a point, and Daniel ended the weekend with a point. So yeah, pretty successful weekend for all of us. I think it's the first time that we've all scored a point.
At least in a while.
So good weekend for all of us, I would say. I feel like it's a good weekend when at least one of us gets a point. Not gonna lie, because we've had weekends where none of us have scored points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's pretty solid. But going into race reviews, guys, we're going to do it a little differently this week. We are just going to take a couple talking points from the races that were the most interesting for us to talk about. And we are going just to talk about them. If you guys like this, let us know on Twitter and on Instagram. Give us some feedback. We'd love hearing from you guys. So I'm going to start with the NASCAR Xfinity Series race because I have one thing to talk about it with it. AJ Allmendinger just won his 4th road course out of the last 5 the Xfinity Series have run. He has 2 wins on road courses in Cup. He has, I don't even know how many on, I'm going to go to his Wikipedia page really quick, see how many race wins he has in the Xfinity Series. But man, it's a lot. Let's go back and let's look really quick. In the Xfinity Series, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins on road courses. And that doesn't count his wins that he has on ovals as well. So a combined 10 road course victories between the NASCAR Xfinity Series and NASCAR Cup Series. Is AJ Allmendinger the best road course racer and road course ringer in NASCAR history? That's
I mean, if you're talking in terms of road course ringer, sure. If you say ever, I have to disagree because you have, Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart and, but like best ringer as like coming in and just doing like one-offs or whatever, sure.
You don't think that AJ Allmendinger is a better road course racer than Tony Stewart?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that as a ringer, sure. But if he would be full time,
let's take it a step up. Is he the best road course racer in NASCAR history?
No.
Who's the best?
Probably Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, probably Jeff Gordon.
Do you think that if Jeff Gordon would have, so only two road courses a year, the entirety of Gordon's career, do you think that if Gordon was in this modern system with 6 road courses a year, that he would be dominating?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, probably.
Like,
Jeff Gordon was actually a really pretty good road course racer, so yeah.
I know.
Him and Tony were tied for wins at the end of their careers, right?
I think they
For
were.
most
I think
road courses?
Tony's final win at Sonoma made him tie.
Yeah. So yeah, I think so.
well, Tony had IndyCar experience, so he kind of,
Tony won a
went
dang
up that road.
freaking IndyCar championship.
Yeah.
So like
Jeff Gordon, honestly, like for the fact that he was able to be par for par with him with like less experience to that level, that's kind of GOAT stuff in my opinion.
Well, I think Jeff Gordon go-karted when he was growing up too, though, so it kind of
that's true.
helped him in a way.
Every single kid that grew up in Indianapolis, though. Well, except for one.
I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. I'm done.
That's
But
funny.
yeah,
Don't talk about it.
Xfinity Series, guys, was an incredible race. We hung out. Actually, this is kind of funny. For most of this race, we were hanging out with the Kellett family.
Yeah.
We
That's
were
true.
just chilling, hanging out with
Had some-
Shout out to
Dalton.
Mark. Shout out to Mark Kellett. I don't
Yeah.
know if he's listening. He said he was gonna start. Nicest dude.
Ever.
He's-
Yeah.
He's the goat.
Yeah. Canadian beer is amazing. Just wanted to say that.
Canadian beer hits, guys.
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna show off something. Shout out to Mark Kellett for getting me hooked on Molson, because this stuff is
Yeah.
it's good. I'm
Canadian
gonna
beer
keep
is
this one.
amazing.
I'm gonna keep this one here, but it's gonna go back on the shrine with my other racing stuff. So there forever now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stuff was good. I haven't ever had that, so
Mhm.
pretty fire. Me and Jay were the only ones to consume, obviously.
I had
we
potato
are
chips,
both-
though. Don't worry.
Daniel did
I-
have some potato
I
chip.
had
We
some
made sure
potato
that
chip.
we made sure that our underage boy did not have anything. So it was a
I had potato chips and water. I was chilling.
good time. But yeah, so that was kind of a cool race. We saw the Parker Kligerman and Ryan Ellis incident right next to us. So glad that both of them got out of the cars. That was the only really big caution from that race.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
And otherwise, basically dominated by the 16. So yeah, that's really all I had to say about that. I'll read the top 10 for that race just because something I always do. Reading that top 10. First place, AJ Allmendinger for Colleague Racing. Second place was Alex Bowman for Hendrick Motorsports. Remember, guys, they are doing the road courses for the remainder of the season. Justin Allgaier finished third. Ross Chastain in the 92 finished fourth for DGM. Chase Briscoe finished fifth for SS Greenlight in the 07. Sixth place was Riley Herbst. Seventh, Sam Mayer. Eighth, Ty Gibbs, after he had a terrible race, rebounding to eighth place. Shows off the talent of that 54. Ninth place, Austin Hill, and 10th place was Noah Gregson, with Landon Castle, Alex LeBay, and Sage Karam just missing the top 10. I will say something. I just want to point this out. Ty Dillon in the 6 for JD Motorsports outdrove Austin Dillon in the 68 for Brandon Bill.
Yeah.
So, good for you, buddy. Myatt Snyder had a really difficult race, ended up finishing 33rd. I believe just had some issues with the car. So I believe, Jay, you picked Myatt Snyder to win.
Yeah.
So kind of a rough race for that 31. But hopefully he can go out there and win it next time. Bubba Wallace, for the second straight race that he's been in the 18, has had an engine failure.
Mhm.
And that's just crazy as I just decided I'm going to throw my phone.
Christmas
but yeah.
credit. He's fed up.
But Truck Series Racing, I was not there, so I don't really know what I have to talk about it with it. Do you guys have anything you guys want to bring to the table, or anything you have to say?
Best race of the weekend.
Yes, by far.
So,
IRP.
I
are
would say
you
by
guys?
far.
So, we've been talking about this a lot on Twitter, guys. What are your thoughts on this? Friday night, Truck Series, Xfinity Series, doubleheader at IRP. Saturday, IndyCar, Cup Series, run the road course. Saturday, Xfinity and Cup doubleheader on the IMS Oval. But
That's
they're
way,
both.
Maybe not
That's-
Xfinity on the Sunday.
that's way too much.
You think
that's,
just Cup on Sunday?
No, that's way too
And
much.
I honestly, I wouldn't do Cup on the Saturday too, along with IndyCar.
That's
I feel like that'd be cool though.
I
I feel like
say
it'd be cool, but like,
I
hot
say
take, I feel like that'd be a little too much.
I say let's do a month of like June for NASCAR. Like so NASCAR does something similar to IndyCar with the Indy
Month of
GP
May.
one weekend and then you do the oval like a next weekend or something or whatever. Cuz I feel like
That makes more sense.
and then like so we could do Xfinity, IndyCar, NASCAR one weekend, then trucks at IRP, Xfinity at IRP, and then NASCAR at IMS. Or if you wanted to put Xfinity at IMS on the oval, then sure. But that's what I think. I mean, Even put
We
trucks.
need-
Even put
we
trucks.
just need the damn oval back.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
what we all need.
Even just put
Because-
trucks. Even just put trucks on the road course one weekend too. Might as well.
That'd be
Like,
sick.
True. That's true.
Trucks on road courses are always fun.
Yeah.
Because
But
Mid Ohio trucks might be one of the best races all season.
for real.
Not gonna
Of
lie. to you.
anything. Of anything.
But yeah, I would love to see him try at least one oval race with the new car. Just to experiment, just to see. So, but
Because if it resurrected Auto Club the way it did, and the way that Michigan's gonna be the race of the year this upcoming weekend, it's gonna be freaking crazy.
For the
but
600, bro? You think it's
What
gonna
about
be
it?
better than the 600?
Michigan's gonna be really good this weekend.
right.
I
think
don't know if it'll be better than the Coke 6.
it'll be better
but-
than Auto Club at least.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be
that's
better
that's
than
very
Auto Club.
possible.
And Auto Club was freaking incredible.
Yeah.
So I mean, go off. But yeah, IRP I feel like needs to stay on the Truck Series schedule.
Now people
gonna
are
read-
jumping the gun by saying Cup should go there because that's
They don't have
simply just not
space.
possible.
Let's
That
okay.
is
If you
simply
guys
just
have never
not
been to
possible.
IRP, there is one set of grandstands on the front straight.
And
That's
there's
it.
some lawn.
There's
besides
no
that-
garage space. There's no garage space, guys. Like you would have to build a lot of stuff, and NASCAR doesn't want to do that.
It's not Cup Series
So-
worthy.
No, it's not a Cup Series like ready track, and I don't
Yeah.
think it's a Cup Series worthy track. Not big enough. It's just not.
Now Xfinity. goes hard.
Xfinity though, yes. Grant Enfinger gets the win. Second place Ben Rhodes. Third place Zane Smith. Fourth place was Stuart Friesen. Fifth place Corey Heim. Rounds out your top 5. Sixth place Tyler Ankrum. Best finish of the year. Seventh place Lane Riggs gets a top 10 in his Truck Series debut. So congratulations. Eighth place was Chad Majeski. Ninth place Matt Crafton. 10th place was John Hunter Niemanchek. Matt DiBenedetto, Johnny Sauter, Haley Deegan just miss out on the top 10. A couple of guys that are in the playoffs that did not do as well as I thought they would. Christian Eckes finishes 16th after qualifying 3rd. Chandler Smith finishes 18th after qualifying 2nd. Hocevar finishes 21st.
Hocevar didn't finish well, but he ran really well.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
ran well, but yeah.
Hocevar and Enfinger and maybe Nemechek should have been the only 3 drivers
To
that
win
should have
the
won. If
race,
if
yeah.
anybody else won that race, I would have been disappointed because those 3 carried that race.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't blame you. But yeah, guys, that was the trucks in the Xfinity Series. Cup Series, now I have a couple of little things to say. This race was cool. This race was good. And this race made up for not necessarily boring races on Saturday, but races that were a little bit overhyped. I feel like Daniel will agree with me when he talks about IndyCar, that IndyCar IMS was probably the first not great race of the season
Mid.
for IndyCar.
It was good. It wasn't.
It was like
wasn't
a
bad, though.
it was like
I
a
don't
5.5 in my
I'd give it
opinion.
a 5.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
What made it better, though, was a Rossi win.
Yeah.
What made it better was the fact that Xfinity was even worse.
Facts. You're not
Yeah, I
wrong.
guess that's true. Because really nothing happened in the Xfinity race. Other than, like you said earlier, the Ryan Ellis and I can't remember who the other person was.
Parker
But
Kligerman.
yeah, Kligerman, yeah. Those two.
And was it Josh Berry that took out both the Monster Energy cars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but that was maybe the only other fun part.
Forgot about that. But Cup Series guys, this race was cool. Tyler Reddick gets the pole and never looked back. We saw a couple other leaders, but most of the time, this was a Tyler Reddick show. Great running for him. I want to talk about this top 5 really quick. Tyler Reddick, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, Todd Gilliland, and Bubba Wallace. Those last three guys, 2 of them have never had top 5s before, and all 3 of them, that's their first top 5 on a road course in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bubba Wallace has won a race, in the Cup Series, has finished in the top 5 multiple times throughout his career. But a road course for that
Oh my
23,
god. You know who got a top 10? I didn't even realize.
Cole Custer.
Smash some glass, baby.
Yeah.
Smash it. Smash it. Hit the music, Jay. If you remember to edit that in, I will love you forever.
I drank a beer. I drank 2 beers.
What?
3 beers.
What?
I'm done. Okay, but
Like his Cole Custer said so, baby.
but
Okay,
this
now I'm
race was cool. Gonna talk about Chastain a little bit, guys. And then I'll talk about the Kyle Larson and Ty Dillon incident. Chastain on the final restart misses the corner, goes on the safety ramp, and comes back onto the
He didn't
track.
attempt.
No, he didn't
Yeah.
miss. He did. He
didn't
just
try.
went straight off the track. Like, he literally
Yeah.
just drove straight through the access road.
Yeah, drove on the access ramp and came back on the track and tried to race for the win. Took the lead briefly, and then came back on and ended up finishing second. But according to NASCAR, after they disqualified him, he finished 27th.
You take the exit road because you want to avoid the wreck. I take the exit road because I don't want to race.
Because I want to win.
Another kind of bold strategy. Ryan Blaney only made 1 pit stop this race.
Yeah, I saw that.
And like what? He didn't make a pit stop until after stage 2, which I thought was crazy, and then did not pit for the entirety of stage 3.
I think Bubba
He
did. I think
I thought he pitted in
Bubba's.
stage 3, but he didn't take tires.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So he pitted twice then?
I believe so. Because
Yeah.
the last time they made a big deal on the PA about how he wasn't taking tires, he was just getting fuel.
But his tires burned up, and Blaney ended up finishing 26th.
Bold
Not
strategy.
what they
Did
needed.
not
However-
work out.
Well, he got spun
However,
too. Remember, he got
did
spun too.
spin,
Yeah.
and that killed his tires even more. Ryan Blaney finishing 26th, not good for him. However, Martin Truex finished 21st, so it's not like he lost too many points. Overall, though, that was really all I really have to say. Besides the Kyle Larson incident, what was he thinking going in that hot to the corner?
I thought he lost his
ramped
brakes.
off and, I think he lost his brakes, but reportedly that's not what happened.
What?
Just drove into the corner way too hot and ramped over the curb, spun through the air. If Ty Dillon's car would not have been there, we could have saw probably a barrel roll at the Indianapolis road course.
I turned
because
because I was standing in the little middle part between the next portion, like to the kink or whatever back there, and turn 1. I turned because there was something happening back over here, and then I turned and looked, and all of a sudden I just saw Kyle Larson go, "Meow." And I was like, "What just happened?" And then that was crazy. But
top 10, Tyler Reddick, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, Todd Gilliland, Bubba Wallace. Top 5, 6th place, Joey Logano. 7th place, AJ Allmendinger. 8th place, Michael McDowell. 9th place, Cole Custer. And 10th place, Chris Buescher.
I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
Okay, just outside the top 10 guys, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky Stenhouse, 13th place on the Indy road course, not bad.
Biggest mover of the day.
Yeah. Couple guys that are also notable mentions. Chase Elliott finished 16th. He was in second before he spun, rebounded to 16th. Ty Gibbs 17th. Corey LaJoie 18th, second pennies. Chase Briscoe was our group pick this week, finished 23rd. Cody Ware 24th. Josh Williams 25th. Daniel Kvyat, former F1 driver, the Torpedo, had a suspension failure, so finished 36th. So yeah, otherwise, that's really all I gotta say, guys. But interesting race, interesting race. IndyCar. Dan.
I mean, I'll talk about a few things. I'll talk about the notable stuff. Felix Rosenquist got the pole. How does he not have an IndyCar ride for next year? I
Second pole
genuinely
this
don't
year.
care where. I don't care where he is. He has proven time and time again this season he needs to be an IndyCar, not Formula E.
Yeah,
Nothing against
can't
Formula
run away.
E. They're very talented in Formula E, but is 2 poles not enough?
Nope.
Like, what will it take for this man
But
to get a ride?
he started pole and finished what, 9th?
He finished above Pato.
Where'd Pato start?
True.
12th.
Well, Pato improved. Felix went backwards.
Where did Pato start? I don't think Pato improved.
Oh, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Oh, I thought you said.
Yeah, wait, didn't he start second? Because remember the starting three
Yeah,
was
Pato
was,
started
was
third.
Felix, Pato, and Rossi.
Pato started third.
Yeah. Well, they both suck. I guess I don't know.
Get them both out of here.
No, I'm just playing.
Um,
But
Yeah. But I don't care where he goes. I know he's on contract with McLaren despite this, but can they figure something out? I don't care if he's in the third car instead of Pillow. I don't care if he's somewhere like a Juncos. This man needs to be an IndyCar next season. That's my statement. I'm
You're
done.
not wrong, and I know a couple of our fans that listen to the show and a couple of Jay's friends would love to see Felix Rosenqvist staying in that car. I'm talking directly to you, Aiden.
that's funny.
So,
But other notable thing, Alexander Rossi's your winner. First time he won in 3
oh
years.
yeah,
That's a big deal. He's leaving Andretti with 1 win this season, at least.
hey, hot streaks happen.
Yeah, but Rossi also has really bad luck a lot of the time, so I'm not gonna predict a Rossi hot streak.
Andretti Alexander Rossi, Andretti 2022 IndyCar Series champion.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
It sounds pretty.
Yeah, but that's you guys betting that Andretti is gonna be consistent,
Yeah.
and that ain't gonna happen.
No.
Ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
Mm,
But yeah, Alexander Rossi, impressive win, pretty much dominated the second half of this race. Like, he deserved it. He earned this win. I'm glad Andretti hasn't just given up on him since they mutually agreed to part ways after the season. It makes you happy. Makes a grown man cry. You love to see
However-
teams still working together with their drivers. Ganassi. Hello.
However, with one Andretti success comes another Andretti failure. Colton Herta.
Yeah.
Daniel had a good weekend with Tyler Reddick, but forgot all about the Herta mania, guys.
No, I didn't forget. I just chose to ignore. He led 17 laps, and then what even happened? Was it an engine failure? Like, yeah, something went wrong with his car, and they had to pull into pit lane, and it just stopped, like, on the way to pit lane. So he was pretty much screwed. Like,
I'll never that iconic track moments from Alec Bestwick. There's something going on with the leader. It's Colton Herta. There's a car slow. It's Colton Herta. Daniel. No.
oh, yeah, but we're gonna scoot past that because that's too consistent to happen. Colton Herta's either winning a race or wrecking out, or something's happening to his car. Like,
he was probably going to win that race, so
he was probably at least getting a podium
yeah.
because
But-
he's good on this track.
Speaking of podium,
Christian
All right,
Lundgaard.
we're gonna talk about the boy Christian Lundgaard, baby. I was really happy for him. He was my wild card pick. I was kind of hoping there'd be a yellow towards the end because if Lundgaard would have had the space and was closer, I think he could have taken Rossi. Unfortunately, there was no yellow, but it is worth noting that the reason, obviously, I picked him for my wild card was his run here last year, where he just ran exceedingly well for his first ever IndyCar race. A good reason why he qualified well and ran well at this race, he said that he used the exact same setup for the car that he did last year at this race. And it showed because it wasn't a rain race. So he got to actually see what he was capable of consistently at this track. And it was really good, and I was really happy for the guy. Rounding out the top 10, so we had Alexander Rossi first place, then we had Christian Lundgaard and Will Power on the rest of the pole. Will Power is just good on this track. Doesn't matter where he's starting from, he's gonna somehow find a way to get at least a top 5. at least. Continuing through the top 10, we had Scott McLaughlin and Joseph Newgarden in 5th, so 3, 4, and 5, all Penske cars. Rinus VeeKay at 6th, really good at this track. Graham Rahal, again, consistency. At 8th, we had Scott Dixon. At 9th, we had Felix Rosenquist. Really consistent this season. Keep him in IndyCar, again. And then rounding out the top 10, we had the man who's in a lot of controversy right now, and he also had the sickest car this weekend, Alex Palou.
Definitely.
That is facts.
Definitely. That
Top
car
3
was
cars of the
awesome.
weekend: Alex Palou Chrome car, Bailey Curry High V car, 3rd place Chris Hacker truck.
Wait, you're putting Bailey Curry's car over Myatt Snyder's car?
Man, that's what I'm saying.
I forgot about the Myatt Snyder car.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And the Reddit car, dude.
That Reddit
The
car.
Reddit car. I know I'm biased, but God,
I'm sorry. I'm
freaking
sorry,
dang.
Lord, for I have sinned. I forgot about the Myatt Snyder
Louisiana
hot sauce car.
You
My
can't
brother
forget
in
about that
Christ,
car.
you forgot Myatt Snyder.
I want that on a hat. My brother in Christ, Myatt
We
Snyder.
can't keep making memes, guys. They're getting out of hand.
This is getting out of hand. Now,
Why is it
now,
always
2 of
me?
them.
Why is it always me? I'm always the one that says these things. It's a gift and a curse.
But yeah,
Just
IndyCar.
a natural
That
meme
was our
maker.
IndyCar race.
Let's read the point standings kind of really
point
quick.
standings. Let me pull up those bad boys. So new points leader, Will Power, king of consistency this season. In second, we've got Marcus Ericsson, only behind by 9 points. Joseph Newgarden is in 3rd. Scott Dixon in 4th. Pato Award in 5th. Alex Palou in 6th. The top 6 is all within under 60 points. I don't think it's under 50, but I think it's like 52. I'm not good at quick math in my head right now. But
1 plus 1 is 2.
it's a very, very tight championship. And this far in the season,
I
it's
could see
weird that
any
we've
of-
got 6 or 7 contenders.
I could
And
see
honestly,
any
8
of
if Rossi went on a streak.
I could see any of the top 9. I'm being honest with you. Even include Rosenquist in there. I could see any of the top 9 winning.
Felix
the
championship?
I could see any of the top 9 winning the championship. I don't see Herta, VK, or Rahal
Oh,
winning
yeah,
it,
no.
but I could see any of the top 9 actually winning the championship this
I
season.
think, personally, I think it's between the top 6 right now. But we've seen crazier things happen. We've seen
Yeah.
stranger things. Start levitating.
Speaking of Stranger Things, Carson posted our hat this weekend. It was pretty dope.
That was dope.
Yes.
That was dope.
I was a little sad he couldn't wear the crab hat, but I understood. He,
Yeah,
he had
we
a
asked
good
him.
hat.
He
It was
considered.
okay.
He considered.
He did think about it. He was like, ooh. He literally told us the main reason he wasn't going to was because he had social media stuff planned with Stranger Things edits, and so I respect that because I respect the hustle.
Yeah.
But
Dang.
it was close to happening, guys. That's all I'll say. But
Yeah,
yeah,
IndyCar. Moving on to F1 now, Jay.
Okay, so this race was kind of crazy because it seems like Ferrari is falling off a cliff, and they just continue to do so each week. So, 2 main talking points that I have. So, the first one, as I said, Ferrari is just kind of throwing themselves off the cliff of shame and basically having a disaster class right now, and Mercedes is kind of capitalizing on that. So by the end of the season, do you guys think Mercedes will overtake Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship?
I mean, if they keep doing dumb stuff like they have been, yes.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Ferrari was going to win the championship this season,
I did too.
and now that we have seen a disaster happen since Sainz went to victory lane, it's just been.
Well, they've
Mercedes is gonna finish second.
Ferrari has been blowing strategy since Vettel was there, and like they've done it for a decade now, basically, or so, give or take a few years, whatever. But they've done it since Vettel was there, and that was kind of the main reason people hated on Vettel because they thought Vettel was the one underperforming. But in reality, nobody really cared to blame the team. But now that Leclerc and Sainz are kind of struggling, and the Ferrari strategists and engineers are struggling, it's kind of showing that maybe Vettel wasn't at fault then. But
I was about to say, I was about to say, it was like, people need to realize Vettel might have been right. Quit blaming Vettel.
yeah, so I don't know, but I think that Mercedes will take second in the constructors by the end of the championship.
Well, if they keep double podiuming the way that they have the last 2 weeks, and maybe get a couple wins in there for Hamilton and a couple wins in there for Russell, I could see it definitely happening.
So, like, the thing, because they've been at least the most consistent team this season.
Easy.
They've not had podiums in every race, but I'm pretty sure with Russell and between Russell and Hamilton, they have had a top 5 every race. So
Hamilton hasn't had a DNF this season.
Yeah.
So
Russell did, and
Russell had one.
Yeah, Russell is because of
But
Silverstone.
besides
Yeah.
that, I think he's gotten what, top 5 every other race.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, and then even the race that he didn't finish, Lewis finished top 5, so
Exactly.
he got podium. So they literally, as a team, have not finished outside of the top 5. Not maybe individual, but as a team, they have not finished outside of the top 5. But yeah, so if Mercedes can keep the consistency, they'll overtake Ferrari, in my opinion. So my second thing that I have, so now we go into the season break, which will take 3 weeks, and then we'll come back for Belgium.
Summer break.
Yeah, summer break. Yes, not season break, summer break. You're right, my fault. So basically, do we think Red Bull can keep their momentum going? Do you think maybe like it's kind of a first half of the season thing where like this, that, and the third's happening, and Red Bull is just kind of pushing their all right now just to try and get a quick start on the season, and maybe they'll fall off after the summer break? Or do we think Red Bull maintains their momentum as we come back to Belgium in 3 weeks?
Well, you look at the next couple of weeks that we have. So, Belgium. Then we have the Netherlands. Then we have Italy for the Pirelli Grand Premio d'Italia. All 3 of those tracks are great for Verstappen. And the Netherlands, the Dutch GP, great track for Perez. I could see Red Bull's consistency continuing. And I could see a couple more wins for Verstappen, possibly a win for Perez in round 15 at the Netherlands. However, you also have to put in consideration that some of these tracks, if not all of these tracks, are great for Lewis Hamilton. 4 straight podiums for Lewis now, as Jay mentioned earlier in the show, now has more podiums than Charles Leclerc, who's currently second in points. And Lewis is only 6th in points. 4 straight podiums. If he gets another one next week and Sainz underperforms, we'll see Hamilton move up to 5th place, possibly 4th place.
Yep.
It's crazy. And did I not say that I could see Lewis Hamilton making a late championship push? Because I believe I said it at the beginning of the season. Don't think he wins the championship without a couple wins. But if Lewis finishes at least on podium for the next 3 weeks at these tracks that he has won at, he's in very good shape. But I see Red Bull's consistency continuing, but I also see some consistency continuing from Mercedes.
Okay. Daniel?
Mercedes is really good. They're not quite winning material yet.
Mhm.
I don't think any of their drivers will get into the championship for the driver championship because Max has it on lock, right?
Right.
Like, unless this man just crumbles and chokes, I don't see anybody else winning the drivers championship. And I don't really see Red Bull losing the constructors championship, but I think Mercedes will pull up to second because Mercedes has been really, really good despite not being as dominant as we're used to. And that's kind of refreshing because I like that we can all collectively root for Mercedes now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Like, it feels refreshing to. They're not necessarily underdogs, but I feel like them and Ferrari kind of swapped places.
Right.
And that's really nice to kind of root for that team that's like just there but not quite. And
Especially with Ferrari
like
last season.
yeah. And especially with like a young driver like George Russell where you want to see him succeed.
Yeah.
They've just been really likable this season.
I feel it. I think that I kind of agree with Tristan in a way. I feel that Red Bull is going to stay consistent, but honestly, I feel like Mercedes will get faster after the season or summer break.
See, you understand.
Yeah.
You get it.
So, I think 2 weeks ago, or maybe 1 week ago, there was reports that they have like steps in place to what's the word? Improve. I couldn't remember if I was gonna say improve
developments.
or like yeah.
They have developments. Yeah.
They have developments in the works that should make them improved or potentially contenders again.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if they were gonna hit this week, and if they weren't there, it looks like they were close.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm gonna say.
They had pace They had pace over the weekend.
Something
So
else, though.
go ahead.
I think that we could also possibly see after the summer break a resurgence from a certain team. I think that we could see Alfa Romeo take a step up after summer break. I think we could possibly see a Bottas podium in the next couple of weeks. But don't know where that would be. Possibly in the Netherlands. But I don't really know. That's the only thing. I think possibly a Bottas podium coming soon.
I thought it was gonna happen at the beginning of the season, but then they just didn't really capitalize on their strong start.
Alfa Romeo has been very hit or miss in this season,
especially with the 2 straight retires for Bottas.
Yeah, they've been very inconsistent. So I don't know. You could be right, but my team that I see stepping up has got to be McLaren, though. I feel because Norris was running really good. He qualified really well too. I feel like McLaren's gonna take a big step up here in the later part of the season after the summer break. So.
Plus Ricardo with the sexiest move I've seen all season, splitting the 2 Alpine cars.
And through goes Hamilton!
And there goes Hamilton!
You forgot about that. You can't. Man, I love David Crofty, man. I love David Crofty.
David Crofty, Lee Diffie.
Yeah, just barely.
Not gonna lie. Right there.
Bro, hear me out. Hear me out. Put them together.
That's too much chaos for the world.
Word.
Dude,
no.
IndyCar had Lee Diffie, James Hinchcliffe, Townsend Bell, and Dale Jr. I don't think you can get more chaotic than that, dog.
Yes, you can. David Crofty, Lee Diffie, Clint Boyer. Let's see it happen.
I know Lewis Hamilton's really
Darrell
good.
Waltrip. Don't forget Darrell Waltrip.
You know who I really want to see in an F1 car? That Kyle Larson kid.
That Kyle Larson kid. Don't forget, you got to throw Darrell Waltrip in there, too. That would just...
Oh, my God. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing at Monaco.
No. Boogity, boogity, boogity. It's lights out and away we go.
Oh, my God. Here comes Hamilton.
That's funny.
You know, I've seen Lewis Hamilton win a couple of these races here, dog. I think we could see him going into victory lane.
Right.
Like,
okay.
You know, I'd like to see in victory lane.
Okay.
Did someone hear some glass crash? Oh my God.
Okay. So points finishers from the race: Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, podium. Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Norris, Alonso, Ocon, Sebastian Vettel getting a point. So very fun. Championship standings: Max Verstappen is in first, Charles Leclerc is in second, and he is basically almost 80 points. I think he is 80 points back, actually.
He's 80 points behind.
Yeah, Sergio Perez third, George Russell fourth, Carlos Sainz fifth, Lewis Hamilton 6th, Lando Norris 7th, Esteban Ocon 8th. Valtteri Bottas is still in 9th. Fernando Alonso is 10th. So, yeah. Interesting. Constructors really fast. Top 5 in the constructors. Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Alpine, McLaren. So I think that 4th and 5th position is going to change around a lot in the end of the season. I think McLaren will probably end up jumping Alpine, and Alpine will kind of take a fall off, in my opinion. So
I can see that happening as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I thought they would take I was predicting that they were going to take a step up, but now that Alonso is leaving, I just kind of see like there's going to be some drama there. So I'm not going to predict them to take a step up.
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see you in 3 weeks' time. So, but that's all I got for
Also,
F1.
shout out to the lady in the media center for turning the F1 race on for us.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, shout out to Jay Cox for switching my text tone on my phone now to the F1 radio chat.
Yeah, you're
Appreciate
welcome. You're welcome.
But sorry, guys, a little bit of a long race reviews. We are freaking tired. So
We're in silly, goofy moods.
Yeah.
We are
Worked
in
up
silly,
white boys
goofy-
with a little bit of swagger.
loved that. Did you guys like that? That was all my idea. Let's go ahead. We have a couple things that we just want to talk about of our race weekend. So let's go back to the main screen. All right, guys. Same thing as I'm going to do as Mid-Ohio. We're going to talk about it. What is your favorite thing that you bought this weekend and one thing you wish you would have bought? I will let Jay go first because Jay bought the most out of all of us this weekend.
Yeah,
Man, I don't know if you spent the most.
Quantity-wise.
I don't think if you spent the most money, Jay, because I think me and you were kind of equal on money spent. But actually, I think you would have been spent more than me because I didn't buy that much, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I probably spent the most.
did you?
I mean, I don't know.
Jay bought 2 hats and a
And
bunch of
die-cast.
diecast.
They
You
might
bought
all be pretty comparable. Low key.
Jay's favorite thing he bought was the next gen diecast. Which one of those are your favorite?
Probably this boy.
Ooh, the Brad Keselowski Fastenal. That's
Yeah.
a sick one.
Sick car. Love it. But
What's the
yeah.
one thing you wish you would have bought?
One thing I wish I would have bought? I don't think there was anything I wish I would have bought, honestly. I kind of bought what I kind of wanted, honestly. Because I really wanted a 23X I had. I got both of these. The McDonald's one is right below it. And then I got some of the next gen diecast. That's kind of what that's kind of all I wanted, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't
Fair,
think there was
fair.
anything I wanted to buy. No, I don't think so. So, yeah.
Daniel?
Favorite
Favorite things you bought this weekend?
I mean, I only bought 4 things.
Well, yeah,
Like,
show off your favorite thing.
Quantity wise, I didn't buy that much. I bought this Reddick first win shirt.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. I can't really show it off and still talk. I'll just show it all because it's all here and
Go right ahead.
it's quick. I got a Chastain shirt where that's the back. It says "Be a moose," so I'm gonna be a moose, guys. And it's got the melon. It's got the melon.
Yes.
So those were the shirts I bought, and then got a Chastain hat so I can rep the Melon Man with the Melon Man. And then this low key might be my favorite thing I bought, but it's all kind of comparable. I got this Tyler Reddick first win flag,
Nice.
and that's gonna go in my dorm room, and it's gonna be sick.
Nice.
What is the one thing you wish you would have bought this weekend, Dan?
Ooh,
We were debating a bunch of things this weekend.
I was happy with all that I got, and there was some stuff that I thought about getting, but I was like, I don't really need anything. But if I could go back and get one more thing, I would either get the Ross Chastain flag that they had, or maybe a Bubba shirt, because they had some cool Bubba shirts, and I don't have any Bubba shirts, but the Kurt shirt.
That's what I
Yeah,
wish I did.
I saw
Yeah.
you react, and yeah, they had a Kurt Busch Jordan win shirt, really cool.
Not a
I'm
whole
not-
lot of Kurt Busch stuff at the.
I think they had
Holler.
maybe 4 things.
They had a hat.
Of they had 1 hat and 2 shirts, and then they had small stuff, but
Like diecast and stuff, but
not even that. They had license plate, those lanyards, stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like they had some cool Bubba shirts. There was a Chastain flag that was cool. I wish they would have had the next gen diecast for Reddick or Chastain or even like a Suarez.
Yeah, for
Um,
real.
But those aren't out yet, so I don't blame them for not having them. But
How could they
I was
predict it? Right?
yeah. I was happy with my purchases though. I didn't spend too much money. I feel like I spent just the right amount.
Yeah. Jay, though, you were eyeing that Joey Logano jacket, I will say.
Yeah, okay. Once I saw the price, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
But fans of the show, Team Tristan, people at Mid-Ohio, you know there was one thing that I wanted to buy, and I didn't have my size. Well, guess what, Indianapolis Motor Speedway? It's been sitting behind me this entire time. It's here, the Marcus Ericsson Indy 500 jersey, boys.
Nice.
I picked him to win the Indy 500. He won the Indy 500, and I have to commemorate my victory with an Ericsson jersey. I'm hype about it. It'll be worn when I go to the track for practice at least one time next season. Beautiful
Epic.
moment.
Epic.
Beautiful moment.
Epic.
One thing I wish I would have bought though. There was some shirts that I was looking at buying. I did buy this Trackhouse Racing shirt, and then I bought a Bubba Wallace hat up there. I bought a Trackhouse Racing hat. Didn't honestly buy a whole lot. I bought an Arrow McLaren SP hat for my girlfriend because she likes Pato Award. But otherwise,
Hey, you ordered a new Reddick shirt.
I did order a new Reddick shirt. I ordered the tan 3G shirt. So I bought my second Tyler Reddick shirt in the past couple of weeks. If they keep doing $8 shirts,
Bad influence, baby.
I'm gonna keep buying them. But yeah. So if there was anything I really wish I would have bought,
Oh wait, you know I didn't look at this guy's shirts, but in retrospect, I wish I would have. I wish I would have for the memes bought a Cole Custer shirt.
yeah,
Yeah,
For-
you should have.
something I
Stone
wish I
Cold
would have
Cole
bought though.
Custer.
Something I wish I would have bought though. They were seeing that I was liking them. I wish I would have bought a baby blue Kevin Harvick hat. Thought those were kind of cool.
True.
So that's what I wish I would have bought. And officially, before we go into our predictions, I just want to shout out some of the yellow shirts that we became friends with over this season. Shout out to Debbie. Debbie,
bro.
Debbie listens to the show. We appreciate you, Debbie. Shout out to the Media Center yellow shirts, Yvonne, Napoleon. You two, super cool. We love hanging out with you guys. Loved catching up. But we have to shout out the main man.
Main man.
We gotta shout out
Ron.
We gotta shout out Ron, baby. Yellow shirt Ron, keeping everyone out of the garage, seeing us and dapping us up every time that we headed in, saying, you guys are good. Oh my God. What a cool guy. Shout out to Ron. Also, shout out to some of the guys that were in the Indianapolis college program that watched the show.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Zach. You watch the show every week. It's cool getting to see you a bunch. And shout out to people that would like yell at shout out to the Indy Boys.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. That felt like weird.
Yeah, Jay, we didn't tell you about this when we were walking to the garage.
So we were going to the haulers during the race after Dylan wrecked because we wanted to take a look at the car, see how bad the damage was because we didn't really see the wreck, so we just wanted to kind of scout it out, get some stuff for social media, whatever.
Yeah.
We're trying to get into the regular garage to kind of cut through, and one of the yellow shirts stops us, and then
was there.
And then what'd you say?
Zach was there.
Yeah, Zach was there, and he's like, "Oh no, they're good. They've been in the media center." So we showed him our creds. He's like, "Okay, yeah, you're good." And then some guy just walks by and goes, "Oh yeah, they're the Indy Boys. They're all good. What's going on, guys?" And we're walking around "Hey, what's going on? Thanks, man." And then I was looked at Tristan. I was like, "Do we know him?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "That's sick." But yeah, shout out to that guy. We didn't catch your name, but you were a vibe.
You said you were a vibe.
Also, shout out to, I know we don't usually get to see her during race weekends because she's always busy, but shout out to Meridian.
Yeah.
She listens to our show. She was one of my RAs. So chill. Fan of the show. She's helped us out a lot with trying to. He's honestly probably part of the reason we kind of got creds in the first place, and apparently, the people she works with at IMS all listen to the show. So shout out to the IMS people if y'all are listening.
Man.
And the final shout out, in my opinion,
Oh, wait,
needs to
sorry.
go out.
Wait, I'm not ready. I'm ready.
Needs to go out to our main girl, Cassie, aka Mama G Force.
Mama G Force.
Yes. Yes.
We gotta shout
sir.
out the certified Dalton Kellett moment fan pins. We started that months ago, and it caught on really fast.
Dude, we created a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Is it
And
viral? No, but is it
It's a Twitter
people
thing.
know what it is.
It's a Twitter thing. We're not the only ones tweeting it anymore.
Yes.
We started a revolution.
We did start a revolution, and we are officially having them on hats. So coming soon. Check in social media.
Eventually.
Don't
We'll figure it
worry. Indy Boys shop coming soon. But let's go ahead and just shout out the rest of this weekend. Super awesome. Let's transition into predictions. All right, Jay, take it away.
Okay, so over the last weekend, Tristan absolutely wiped us, me and Daniel.
Go.
Tristan had 4 points. He got 2 in the F1 race, and then he got the Xfinity Series and Cup Series predictions correctly. I got 1 right with the Xfinity Series, and Daniel got his 1 right by Max Verstappen. And here's the points totals.
Dude,
after
Cindric was second.
I know, it was close. I mean, I had Ryan Blaney too, and Ryan Blaney
True,
was running
yeah.
top 3 for a while anyway, so I was like, whatever happens, I'm in good hands. So
And
But-
we also
All
Chase
state.
Briscoe led a lot of this race too.
yeah, Chase Briscoe
So
did,
we
yeah.
could have gotten the 5 points
Dude,
for
and
Chase Briscoe.
Lungard was
Yeah.
running well in IndyCar. I picked 2 people in second. 2 people in
Dang.
second. And I picked Russell for second place, and he got third. I was just constantly 1 position away.
Yep,
Oh,
that's crazy.
Welcome to my
Grr.
whole world.
That's crazy. But the points totals. Daniel has 15. He moves up 1 point. I have 13. I moved up 1 point. Tristan now has 12. We're all in contention. We are all in contention. The points will
won an IndyCar
finalize.
championship.
Yes. the points will finalize after the final race that we follow on this list. The final race that happens. So I think that probably
Which will probably be
F1.
the
Be
F1
NASCAR?
World Championship.
Yeah.
No,
Is
it'll be-
NASCAR F1 first?
It's
F-
NASCAR would
F1
finish
would be
first. F1 would be
Okay.
last. So after
So
the-
IndyCar will finish, then NASCAR, then F1.
yeah, and then so that's when the points will finalize, and then we'll know
Right.
who the best predictor is this season. So, Tristan,
Yes, sir.
where are we starting first this week?
Take it away. Let's just start with some IndyCar, baby. Let's start at everyone's favorite place, Nashville. We're going to Nashville. We got lights. We got IndyCar. I believe only 1 lights race this weekend. Daniel, am I correct by that?
I believe so. I can double check.
Okay, let's start with IndyCar. 2 picks as always. My first pick, the guy that won it last year, Marcus Ericsson. Give it to me.
He said, "Give it to me."
Second pick, my underdog. I think he goes out there and has a great race this weekend. Give me. I don't know if I want to say it. You know what? He goes out and has a great weekend. Give me Scott Dixon. I changed my.
Who's your first pick?
My first pick was Marcus Ericsson. Second pick was
Okay.
Scott Dixon. I was
Also,
gonna
yes,
go.
1 lights race. 1 lights race.
Yeah, I was gonna go Renus VK there, but he has disappointed me every single time I've picked him this year. So I'm going to go with Scott Dixon.
All right, Daniel.
Okay. IndyCar, first pick. You know who I'm gonna pick because it's Nashville, and you can't get worse than last year, right? I'm going Colton Herta for my main pick
I knew it.
because, please, like, just don't wreck with like 10 to go. Just don't. And then wild card. Like, okay, should I go with my preseason prediction? Because
Up to you, man.
it's entirely possible, but it feels a little biased now. My preseason wild card prediction was David Malukas, friend of the show, and Loki, I'm gonna stick with it.
Do it.
It's a weird track. It's a weird track. Anything can happen.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. One lights race this weekend. I think he goes 3 in a. Oh, sorry, Jay.
So I'm going to go with. I'm gonna go with Will Power winning, and then the underdog or wild card, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go with Colton Herta.
Okay.
Those are gonna be
Decent
my
picks.
2 picks.
Decent
So-
picks.
Tristan, sorry, go ahead.
I cut you off, buddy. So I mean, it is what it is. Lights, guys. I think he goes 3 in a row. Give me Hunter McElroy. We ran into him this past weekend. He was actually hanging out with the Celts too. So
Yeah.
we all
We
hang with the
keep bumping
Celts.
into him everywhere we go.
Literally everywhere we go. I think we've seen Hunter McElroy at every race we have been to this season.
He's not hard to find. He's
He's
giant,
a 6'5"
but-
man. So Daniel.
Dang it, you took my pick. I'm going Hunter McElroy 3 in a row.
Okay.
I just want everything to be shaken up a bit. I feel like it'll make things interesting.
Man, this will probably be a crazy race for them, for Indy
Mhm.
Lights.
For all of them.
Huh. Do I do something wild like I did with Xfinity last weekend?
That didn't
How-
really work out well for you, did it, buddy?
I know, but who knows?
How wild are you thinking?
Cause Kiffin Simpson with HMD now, right?
Okay. Is that what you're thinking?
That's he's with them.
You
now,
just shook me to my
Yeah.
freaking core.
All right, we're going with Kiffin Simpson.
I don't hate
God.
the pick. I don't hate the pick.
Kiffin Simpson, he actually listens to the show. So, Jay's picking you this week, buddy. So go out there and get a
you said
freaking win.
you said weird stuff's gonna happen. I'm like, are you gonna say Jack Abel? Like,
Oh, I
have
wasn't
no
gonna
idea
go
where you were
that
going.
crazy. I wasn't
have
gonna
go
go
no
that
clue
crazy.
where you were going.
Kiffin, though, dude, when you're listening, if you go out there and get that win, you need to come on the show on Monday. I'm just letting you know. Like,
Yeah.
I know you're listening, buddy. So if you come out there and win, like, you got to.
Said you
That's
got to.
crazy. But yeah, that's some crazy stuff over there in IndyCar. But NASCAR, guys, we got 2 races at Michigan. Truck Series is going to get a little bit of a break. We won't see the trucks until Richmond on the 13th of August. So they get a nice week-long break. Xfinity Series at Michigan. Entry list came out earlier today, guys. Blaine Perkins, the Truck Series driver, will be in the 02 for our Motorsports this week. And then, normal faces, but John Hunter Nemechek's going to be in that 26. Jesse Owuji is going to be in the 34. Jordan Anderson will be in a second car for Jordan Anderson Racing in the 32.
Nice.
Kind of interesting. Josh Blicky in the 45. Kaz Grall in the 48. And Brandon Brown will be back in the 68. Dylan Bassett's going to try to qualify again. Matt Mills will be in the 78. That's about it. So, yeah. First pick, guys, Josh Berry. I think he goes back-to-back this year. I took it, Jay. I took it. You can take him, too.
I know.
That's my pick, guys.
I know.
Josh Berry.
Daniel.
I feel like I'm gonna pick a guy that I feel like we don't pick hardly ever. I'm gonna go Brandon Jones.
Ooh, good pick. I like that pick.
He always just kind of shows up.
Just sometimes he's there. Yeah, I feel it. I respect it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Barry too. I feel like Barry will perform really well this weekend, in my opinion. So, but now that I say it,
Won it
he
last
probably
year.
won't. But who knows? So, but yeah.
Yep.
Cup Series?
Cup. So, Cup Series, guys, at Michigan International Speedway. I've been looking forward to this race for pretty much all season. And it's because I think we're going to see a masterclass from one driver, and one driver only. And this driver may or may not have won this past weekend. Tyler Reddick is my first pick.
Nice.
This track is good for him. He knows how to drive these ovals. My underdog pick, though, guys, is someone that ran very well onto a track that's very similar to Michigan. Give me Eric Jones in the 43 for Petty GMS.
Okay.
That's my pick, guys, for Petty GMS Motorsports.
Okay.
Just can
Daniel?
see it,
All right, my first pick, Joey Logano.
Ooh, good pick.
It's been a hot minute since he won. Feel like it's gonna happen again. My wild card, not a previous winner this season. I'm gonna go a new winner for the season. He's right under the cut line, but of the people in kind of the hot seat for the cut line, I would argue he's got the most momentum right now.
Bubba.
Give me Bubba Wallace.
B-Dub, let's go.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
That's good.
3 top 10s in a row for Bubba Wallace, coming off of the best hot streak of his career.
As long as his pit crew does not mess up,
Hey, they didn't
He's in
mess up this
contention.
weekend.
they still, yeah, he had a loose wheel at one point.
Jay?
No, you're good. I'm kind of just looking at the results from Auto Club this season to kind of make my judgment.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Because it's a sister track, basically. So,
Shit.
Austin
That's
Dillon
why I-
finished second at Auto Club this season? What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I picked Eric Jones, because he finished really well.
He finished third, yeah. Suarez was fourth. Kyle Busch fifth. Daniel Hemrick was running ninth in the 16.
Daniel Hemrick's not in this race, though.
I know. I was just saying it because. Give me. He hasn't been performing well, or as well as we all thought he was this season. I'd have to believe that Hendrick's probably gonna give him the same car, so I'm gonna go with Kyle Larson, and then my underdog, I'm going to go with. Honestly, I might have to copy Daniel here and go B-Dub. So.
Don't blame
No,
me.
you can't do that. That's not fair.
You know who else is picking Bubba Wallace?
Blast shatters.
My mom.
But what race should be our group pick this week, guys?
See, that's tough because I really could see our group pick being any of the races this week. Do we want to do Cup Series just because we did Cup Series last week?
I thought
Did we do
I
IndyCar?
thought Chase Briscoe's for Xfinity last week.
No, it was for Cup.
It was. I guess it counts for both.
Oh, okay. But
He was in both.
okay, so
Should we go IndyCar this week?
Let's go.
I could see us going IndyCar this week.
Let's do Indy Lights. We haven't done an Indy Lights one in a long time.
Do you want to do lights? Sure.
You can.
It's up to you.
Let's do
guys.
lights.
I was just saying.
Well,
we haven't done one in a long time. So
I feel like his
like
win
Indy-
is coming.
Indy.
Let's nominate some guys. Let's all nominate a driver for a group pick.
okay.
I'm
I
gonna
think I
nominate
know.
an
I
Indy
think
Lights
I know
guy.
who you want.
His win is coming. He's a friend of the show. he
Stingray
has a
Rob.
shirt of ours now.
Stingray
Stingray Rob.
Stingray Rob.
That's who I was gonna suggest was Stingray.
I'm not opposed to that.
Stingray
trying to-
Rob, guys.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of any other option that might be a good one.
Stinger.
Dinger.
I'm okay with that. I hope he gets his win soon.
Hey, I ran into Sting this past weekend, and he was happy to see me. He was like, "Hey, Tristan, what's up, man?" And gave him a fist pump, and I was like, "I have a gift for you." He goes, "For me?" And he gave him one of our Indy Boys podcast shirts. So I told him, I said, "Hey, they're comfy," and he's like, "I need comfy shirts." So
I
hopefully
love
we
how
see.
I love how we just have like our 4 drivers of the apocalypse.
yeah.
Our 4 horsemen.
Yeah, for
Dalton Kellett, David Malukas, Hunter McElroy, Stingray Rob.
Yeah, we need to get more
Crazy.
buddies on the show soon. We haven't
Yeah,
had
Mount
a guest in a
Rushmore
long
of,
time.
that's the Mount Rushmore of Indy Boys.
Indy Boys, for real, for real.
Can one of the fans do that real quick?
Make
Yeah.
that a button.
The 4 horsemen. Yeah, listen, Cassie. I'm gonna need a button.
Hear
that
me
says
out.
the 4
Hear me
horsemen.
out.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, guys, those are our picks this week in the predictions. I'm gonna come for these guys' crown. I'm going to take the lead in this championship.
And then
And I'm
wait, Jay,
going
Jay,
to
I have
win.
one question.
What's up?
If he wins at all this season, can I get a bonus point?
Hold up. Let me make a little box on here.
Who is it?
Who do you think it is, Tristan?
Cole Custer.
Shatter the glass, baby. I want a
Fine.
bonus point if he wins this season.
Okay, fine. Well, because I have that same one for Michael McDowell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jay, you have to have one now too. Your meme driver.
Okay. +1. Oh, shoot. That's not what I meant to do. Stop it! Why are you doing that?
Go bets.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to type this out real quick. If Michael McDowell wins +1 for Tristan. I guess for me, my meme driver, if they win, and this is for Cup, right?
Yeah.
Can be cup.
It can be something else. Just for us, ours were both cup. So if you want to make it easy,
I don't have like a meme driver that I like though. I could say like someone really good just so I can get an extra point.
give me that
Guys,
good
I
Lars
really
kid.
just don't. I really don't see Ross Chastain winning any more
Yeah,
races.
exactly.
And I really just don't think Chase Elliott has what it takes.
Right. No, I'm just playing. But let's go with Austin Dillon.
There you go.
He hasn't
Let's go.
Oh,
performed
you're
well.
taking your life to the fast lane?
Yeah, I'm life in the fast lane, Dillon, man.
Dude, there were some funny memes about that show this weekend, according to us. Every time I would see that crew guy, is that?
Seen you on my television before.
Seen you on Twitter. But yeah, guys, those are our picks this week. Crazy stuff. This has been a long episode, and I'm honestly cool
Yeah.
about it.
It's been a chaotic episode.
It's been chaotic evil. I think we have to say the name. What's the name of this episode, guys? Are we calling it chaos
Chaos and Custer.
chaos?
Okay.
You guys will see the name of the episode.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and transition to the home screen. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. We're tired. I think I feel like I could sleep for 3 days after
Yeah.
this crazy one. Shout out to all of the people that we ran into at the track. It's always good to run into you guys. Always good to talk to some of our driver friends, Malukas. Always good to run into you, man. Dalton Kellett and the entire Kellett family. Thanks for letting us come and hang out and vibe with you.
Certified.
That was very certified. Shout out to Nicole Westra for blowing up my phone with certified Dalton Kellett memes. Shout out to Mike Yoakum and Michael Goodyear of the Pit Lane Parlay for being nice to us all weekend and
True,
hanging out with us.
true.
Shout out to David Land for
Shout out to Eric Smith. Eric Smith.
yeah, Eric Smith. Shout out to him.
Race review.
Always
Overall,
shout out to Tony Donahue. Always.
always shout out Tony Donohue, our dad, our media dad. It was good to hang out with you at another racetrack. Didn't really get to see Luke at all this weekend. We ran into him a little bit on Friday, but
Me,
that was
me
the-
and Jay were with him on Thursday.
oh,
but-
dope.
Yeah, for a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, pretty solid weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty solid weekend.
And then while you're doing this closeout, can I have the last line of the show?
You
I think it's very important. No, like you can do the outro,
Oh,
but
got you.
to end it with one last line.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. Follow us on all of our social medias at Indy Boys Podcast. You guys can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Blowing them up. We don't guess Ike's lunch, but we can show a lot of other things on our social medias. Follow us on our personal social medias. Those have been linked in the description, and they've been popping up on the screen all the time. Shout out to Burnout Sports our company, listen to their show, the IndyCar show, every week, and check out all of their awesome interviews that they had. Super cool interview he had with Christian Lundgaard. All of our interviews from the past week are on our Twitter page. You can find all of our cool NASCAR interviews that we had with Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and Cup Series drivers like Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Mark Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace. Jay, that was a pretty cool moment that you had with Bubba Wallace. I'm not gonna lie.
I about pooped myself. I'm not gonna lie. So.
But yeah, it was a cool weekend. Signing off for Justin Cox and Dale Chaney. My name is Tristan Grider as the music plays in the background. Have a good one, guys. Daniel.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold Custer said so.
You're done.